Now, the news of the death of boxing promoter Mzimasi Mnguni, beg your pardon, broke earlier this morning. The boxing great died at the age of 72. Mnguni produced many of South Africa's international and world champions, including Vuyani the Beast Bungu, who's an IBO featherweight champion. And in fact, he joins us now to help us reflect on this man and the contribution he's been able to make, joining us via our video line. Thanks very much for your time. My condolences to you for your loss. It certainly feels like some kind of an end of an era, considering the role that Mnguni played insofar as boxing is concerned in places like Mdantsane.
It's a shock, man. As much as I knew Mzee was ill, but it came to me as a shock, to hear this morning that Mzee is no more. And what pains me more is that today there's a funeral of his sister in his village. So you can imagine that.
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry to come in there. It certainly does feel like, it's a double whammy for this family who, as you rightly mentioned, was actually busy with a funeral of another close relative at the time. Have you heard anything about what happened?
Not at the moment. I still have to go in the afternoon and see the family, because it came to me this morning. And I know that they are not around. They are in this village because they are burying Sister Kamzi. So I still have to go there so that I can get all that. But I know that Mzi was long sick, man. So but it's shocking. It's shocking to hear that to this morning is no more.
Yeah. And of course, we're completely compassionate to the fact that you're still processing this. But if you can, what are some of the most salient memories that come to mind for you when you think about Mzee and the contribution he's been able to make to boxing in our country?
Mzee has done a lot for boxing in our country. Mzee has done a lot to us as his boxers. Mzee has done a lot to me personally. He was like my father. I met Mzee at the age of 16. Yeah, but it's not okay. It's not okay. I grew up watching him, training me, to become this man that I am today, to achieve this, what I've achieved now in boxing. Because, I became a provincial champion under Mzee. I became a South African champion under Mzee, and I became a world champion under Mzee. Winning the IBF world title in 1994 to become the first boxer in the democratic South Africa to win a world title is still a history to me. And to go on and defend it 13 times under Mzee's umbrella, and to become a IBO world champion as well under Mzee. And I got retired under Mzee. He was my father. He was like my father to me.
Yeah, and that's certainly important to notice. This is more than just an individual who's been lost to a sporting code. It's an individual who's been lost to people's personal lives.
Yes, man. Mzee helped a lot of people, especially in Tanzania community. Because he had businesses. He employed a lot of people. He changed people's lives. As much as he changed his boxer's life, he changed a lot of families' lives. I take my head out of him, because he has done a lot. He, as a father figure, as a trainer in the boxing spaces, and so. It's a shock, man. I can't, my body is shaking right now,
Yeah. Once again, thanks very much. It's undoubtedly a very difficult time for you. And so out of respect for what you're going through, the processes that you still need to come to grips with you, I have to thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, especially considering how fresh this still is for you. Vuyani joining us there via our video link. Vuyani the Beast Bungu, one of the IBO heavyweight champions who was paying tribute to Mzimasi Mnguni, who passed on earlier this morning. Really a difficult time, especially when we have to sort of process this with people who are, really in the throes of mourning. And so really appreciate Vuyani's time here on Newsroom Africa.